afternoon, Father. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me over.
Sure. So it's been about a year now since we started the live streaming initiative, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who would have thought a year later that we are still in the pandemic?
Not me.
And I remember coming to you and saying, I watched Elisa live stream Mass almost a year ago and saying how well it was received on Facebook and saying, hey, I have video equipment. Let's see if we can take this up a step. And
oh, you foolish man.
Right? So I brought in all this equipment, which is probably more than you ever anticipated or known what was happening. But so I thought, let's do a multi-camera show of Mass, right? Let's take it into the homes of our parishioners who are stuck at home, who can't worship in this space. And so once all the equipment was here, I knew that I wanted to show close-ups of the cantor and of the reader and of you and the Eucharist and the preparation. But I really didn't quite think of how do we bring the text and music and the readings into the homes. So that became a whole nother undertaking of literally looking at the missal and typing the readings and the gospel, and then talking with Bob Varia, who was also giving me the music to put in. We ended up going to the conference bishop's website, and the text was there, so that made it a little easier to bring. And then Bob ended up in the background through the course of the year, helped update the slides each week, so he's been a lifesaver there on that. So we went through spring, we went through summer, and I was happy to donate my equipment. It was sitting dormant. And then I had a conversation with you, what do we do now? Because high school sports were going to start, and they were given the okay to play. So that meant that my equipment had to shift and go back to
a painful reality,
right,
that nothing is forever.
So then you and I had a conversation, what do we do next? And I think our parishioners really came to know and love the broadcast that we were able to do. And then you had initiative to start an outreach campaign.
And the St. Barbara parishioners have demonstrated again and again, when we bring a clear case presenting the need, they recognize the value of the action, they step forward to allow the good work to continue. And the response from parishioners and other friends of the parish was just unbelievable, far more than what we ever expected.
Humbly so, right. So we asked for donations, and we started at a $40,000 mark, and we, through you and your generosity, we well surpassed that. So where does that leave us today? So since that money came into the parish, earmarked for this initiative, it has allowed us to demo equipment, bring, when you asked me to get involved with something,
you are all in.
I am all in, and it's a slow, painful process, right? So I'm very diligent, and I want to do my homework, and I want to make sure that the equipment that we purchase for St. Barbara is top-notch and does exactly what we expect it to do for our parishioners as well. So
and I am grateful for crazy people like this. Dedicated.
Absolutely. So the little things that we didn't know or I didn't anticipate was things like, so we got a camera in and we started to demo it, and just slight vibrations in the floor from the parishioners coming up to communion created the picture to bounce. So out went that camera, and I ordered another one and went back and did my homework, and we needed image stabilization to correct that issue. So that's where we are today. Some of the equipment has been purchased and is here on property. Some is still on loan, but ultimately we are today still able to bring Mass into the homes of our parishioners. So what does that mean looking forward? Eventually, while this box has served us well, it will go away. These pews will be opened up for our parishioners to worship when they're here in the space. And then we will look for an area of the church to create, if you will, a broadcast studio or a room where the equipment will eventually live and permanently reside. So, and then through it all, we had Cornerstone Television come knocking on our door saying, we have not seen anyone produce Mass or a service to this caliber, so can we air your Mass on our television? Which was great because it brought us beyond those who are able to use Facebook and YouTube solely, and we then went on to cable television. So now we're able to go into the shut-ins and nursing homes and things like that over the air. So.
Yeah, when this started back in March, we had absolutely no idea what opportunities are created. And certainly a lot of this work is a matter of things we've discussed and planned on undertaking for many years. And one of the gifts of the pandemic is it forced us to move forward, and wonderfully to have the gifts and talents and skills of people coming forward to make it happen. And for that I am truly grateful.
You're welcome. So beyond mass, we hope to open this up to other means. We'll have the equipment here in the parish, so the possibilities are endless in the future as to what we can do with it.
It's exciting.
It certainly is. And we couldn't have done it at all without the help of our
No.
parishioners and their support. So
For that we are most grateful.
absolutely.